You're silly. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to tea time. This is my makeup tea time, or the last one was my makeup tea time. Anyways, you get two this week because I didn't get one out last week. So I've got another really good article for you. And today I have, it's actually the same tea as last time. Sorry. It's green tea with lemon. It's very good. It's very good for me. I really enjoy it. And I will have a new one next week. I mentioned last episode that I will have some Yorkshire tea to try next time. And I think I was saying that right. I hope so. So, yeah, today's tea is pretty good. You want some, son? All right. Let me put this. All right, I put my tea down and I will get going with this article. I'm very excited about this article. I went ahead and went back a little further, so we're back now in 1972. I decided to go back as far as I could find mention of the Warrens outside of Connecticut. So the farthest back I could find, with a quick search, I have not in-depth searched yet, but I will. But with a quick search, the farthest back I could find them mentioned in the newspaper is 1972 in the Atlanta Journal and Constitution, Atlanta, Georgia. So they are mentioned in the Atlanta, Georgia newspaper, and this is Thursday, November 23rd, 1972. And I will put it up here over Neptune. I will put it here so you can see the whole paper, the whole article here, the whole page, sorry. And it's a big, huge ad for mattresses. And then another sale for furniture below that. And then on the left-hand side, all skinny down the whole side, is the article. And it is titled, A Ghost Spooks Academy. All right. It says New York here, but this is in the Atlanta Journal in Atlanta, Georgia. So, New York. Son, can I please read the story? Thanks. Stop. New York. The shimmering opalescent figure of a United States cavalry soldier of the 1830s with full uniform, boots, and a handlebar mustache. Son, I almost had a handlebar mustache. And a musket. Thanks, son. And a musket in his floating hand is causing an uproar in the U.S. Military Academy at West Point. I have read about this in their book that they went to West Point. I have heard about it before. Apparently that's true, that they went and investigated it. But I also think I heard that the ghost wasn't legit or something. I have to look. I really should cover that. I should cover that like story as a whole. This might give us some answers. Well, probably not. The apparition, military officials are reluctant to call it a ghost, has been seen by a half a dozen cadets over the last month, always in the dead of night, drifting in and out of the stone masonry walls and metal lockers in a ground-floor dormitory room of the 47th Division Barracks. Monday, West Point officials announced that the room had been placed off-limits and that two plebes who occupied it had been moved to other quarters. Quote, "There is an unexplained phenomena here," said Lieutenant Colonel Patrick Dion, the Academy's information officer, who described himself as a, quote, non-believer, but conceded, quote, "Something has happened and we've not been able to explain what it is," end quote. Acknowledging that the ghost had become something of a problem, Dion explained that hundreds of cadets had asked for permission to spend the night in the alleged haunted room, and there was so much talk about the phenomena that, quote, cadets were not getting their studying done. So they were wanting to go stay. That's interesting. They were asking permission to go stay there. That's so interesting that they were excited about it and wanted to check it out. I love that. The latest apparitions, by coincidence or otherwise, began last month after a lecture to West Point upperclassmen on haunted houses by Ed and Lorraine Warren of Monroe, Connecticut. How funny that more apparitions got reported, or more happenings of seeing the apparition got reported after the Warrens came for their lecture, who described themselves as, quote, ghost hunters. But while the lecture was not attended by plebes or first-year men, the first apparitions were in presence of plebes. Okay. The names of the cadets who reported seeing the ghostly cavalrymen are being withheld, Dion said, to avoid, quote, unwanted mail and calls. Dion, however, gave this account. An 18-year-old plebe of G Company 3D Battalion, 4th Regiment, was, quote, awakened in the middle of the night on October 21st and observed what he thought was a figure coming through the door of his room. He awoke his roommate, but by then the apparition had disappeared, end quote. The next night, both cadets saw the apparition and reported it to their company commander, Cadet Captain Keith W. Backen, who spent a subsequent night in the room with them in an attempt to confirm the sightings. Quote, he observed nothing, but he admits to being a non-believer, Dion said. So Backen brought in a first-classman from the battalion staff to spend the night with the plebes. All three saw, quote, a figure partially extended out of the wall, end quote. That's scary. It was the figure of the cavalryman, they said later. The upperclassman reported that he had, quote, placed his hand on the wall where the figure had been, and the wall was extremely cold, Dion said. Another upperclassman then spent the night in the room with the plebes and also saw the apparition, quote, a face and a shoulder, which, quote, appeared to come out of the wall locker. Sightings by the successively higher-ranking staff officers ended when a first-classman from the cadet regiment staff decided to spend the night in the room but was frightened off. Quote, he was taking a shower prior to moving into the room. It was on the same floor, and on leaving the shower, he noticed that his bathrobe was swinging back and forth on the hook, Dion said, adding, the door was closed, the window was closed so there was no breeze, and there was no other person in the shower. He promptly put his bathrobe on and left the building. Sounds like these guys have got themselves super spooked. Dion said the sparsely furnished 16 by 12 foot room would remain off limits, quote, till things quiet down, till next semester at least. Corroboration of the apparitions by several cadets, quote, gives it a lot of believability, Dion said, but I think you have to be a believer to see them. That's the end of the article. And very interesting. And I really think that these guys got really worked up after the Warrens came to visit, which is super funny. But I am going to look into this. I will do like a main episode on it eventually. It is on my list, the West Point haunting that the Warrens investigated, because this doesn't even talk about them investigating it. It just talks about how they came to do a lecture, and then I think they talk about in their book how they investigated it. Maybe they didn't investigate it. Maybe that was the misinformation part. I don't know. I will check it out, and I will report back. But yeah, that was it for this article. It was pretty quick, but very interesting. And I will have some more next time. So see you guys then. Bye.